high spot card lead against no trump. So if partner leads a 9, an 8, or maybe a 7, there's a very good chance that this is not fourth best, because it's a high enough spot card that it can't be fourth best. It's possible.
Contradicted yourself, because up here you said don't lead top of nothing
Against suits.
against suits.
Yes. Yes, I was very explicit about that. I do not lead top of nothing against
I didn't say
suits unless it's a doubleton and partner bid the suit, usually. Yeah. Important distinction. Top of nothing is a pretty standard passive lead against no trump. And like we said, your lead, you are most likely to be leading passively against no trump. Because we want to be passive against no trump more often than we want to be passive against suits. And if we want to be passive against suits, we're probably leading a trump. All right, so let's see what happens here. And dummy is actually going to be at the top of the expected range. And I think just seeing jack third of clubs in dummy alone, I think you're going to be real happy you didn't lead a club. Because if you lead small, then the jack can hold the trick, unless partner has the ace. And if you lead king and declare has the ace, you're marked with the queen, and they can win the ace and shoot a club back toward the dummy to set up a second club trick. So I think when you said that's the holding that I do not want to see when I lead king queen and I don't have a jack behind.
Could they have transferred into the spades?
There's only 4. Dummy is 4, 2, 4, 3.
Yeah.
4 spades, 2 hearts, 4 diamonds. Yeah, so no 5-card major, as we expected, right?
And they didn't
We
want
figure
to
with a
say
5th
two
spade, they'd be playing 2 spades, not 1 new.
And they didn't want to say 2 clubs.
They're not good enough.
Yeah.
Only 7 points, so not invitational. Opposite of 15 to 17, no trump. All right, now partner has a few cards over here. Partner has 4 spades to the jack. Partner has 5 hearts, but they're not very good. Ace, king of diamonds, and 2 little clubs. And we'll give you South's hand in a second here. But so notice that when you lead a diamond, yeah, you are getting Declare's diamond suit set up, because Declare's diamonds are Queen, Jack, 10, 3. That's the diamond suit. So yeah, you are helping get Declare's diamond suit set up, but guess what? Declare was always going to attack that suit, right? If they wanted to make their Queen, Jack winners, they were going to push out the Ace, King anyhow. So yeah, you are doing a little bit of Declare's work for them, but you're not giving anything away, right? Your side is always getting the Ace, King of diamonds. And partner doesn't have to continue diamonds. In fact, partner is not going to continue diamonds. Most likely. Partner will do something else. Let's fill out the rest of the South hand. We've got Ace 10 doubleton of spades. We have Ace Jack 5 of hearts. And then we have Ace 10, 6, deuce of clubs. So what happens? Well, you lead a diamond, and partner wins the king. Well, partner's probably not going to lay down the ace right away, because they know it's not going anywhere. And they see your 8, and they say, well, why do I need to unblock the diamonds? This can't be fourth best, right? The 8 can't be fourth best.
Right.
Impossible. Especially when partner sees 4 of them to the 9 in dummy. And they know Declare has at least 2. So now your partner East knows that you've just made a passive lead. And that Your passive lead probably means a suit with no honors, right? So now your partner puts queen jack and probably 10 in declare's hand. And they're like, okay, partner was going passive. Partner has honors somewhere else that they didn't want to lead away from into the no trump. So what does your partner do? They might switch to a club. Seeing jack third in the dummy, that seems pretty safe. They might switch to their long suit hearts, hoping that your hearts are a little better. Now they see the king of hearts in dummy, but that's pretty safe. By the way, you are never beating one no, unless they mess up. So what you're trying to do is limit overtricks. If you lead a club, they get an overtrick. If you lead a heart, they get an overtrick, right? A heart would be really bad here, right, wouldn't it? Because then they get to duck it around to their jack, and then they still have the king and the ace. A heart lead gives away a heart trick. A spade lead is not quite as damaging as a heart, but it does set up a trick for declare. Can you see that? Can you see why if you break the spade suit, at least from this side? Because if you lead the 8, either partner has to duck it and let the 10 win, or partner has to put up the jack third hand high, and they win the ace, and they unblock their 10 and force the queen, and then guess what? The 9 drops under the king, and the 7 becomes a win. These spot cards, they will, if you're not careful with your leads, they will start setting up very quickly. A diamond gives away nothing that your side wasn't always getting. So, it's a little hard with a hand like this to predict exactly how the defense will go. Your partner will win the diamond. They'll switch to something, maybe a club, maybe a heart. If they switch to a club, I assume that South will duck it and let you win your queen. But seeing the jack in dummy and expecting declare to have the ace, you need partner to be on lead again for clubs. You still don't want, just because if partner returns a club doesn't mean you want to keep playing on that suit. So maybe you lead another diamond just to get out passively, and then wait for tricks. Wait for partner to lead something through declare, through the strong hand, or wait for declare to tap those seats. Maybe declare will take a heart from this, right? Looking for an overtrick. Maybe they'll go to the king of hearts and play a heart to the jack. Then you score your queen. As declare, how happy are you when the defense leads diamonds? Well, you're not very happy. They haven't helped you, right? Because you were going to knock out the ace and king of diamonds yourself anyhow. Not an amazing suit, but it's a suit with a couple of guaranteed winners once the ace and king are out. Let the defense break new suits. Let them figure out where your 15 to 17 points are. You're probably giving away at least one overtrick and maybe more if you lead anything other than a diamond. I would love a club lead. If I got a club lead, I would win the club and I would return the club because I have ace 10 and dummy has jack. Make sense?
Does East not play the king of diamonds wanting to get in to lead again? Is that why? Or not to set up the declarer's diamonds?
Well, East plays the king to start off.
Or the ace?
I would not. I want to use my entry to do something useful.
Yes, okay.
So, figuring that if I win my king now, okay, partner's put me in, maybe I can do something that partner can't do safely. And so try and attack one of dummy's weaker suits. Usually we would switch to something where dummy had shortness. So probably that's why we said probably hearts or clubs. If you switch to a heart, it looks like a fairly safe thing to do. Not because you actually think you're going to get your heart set up because your suit's not that great. The heart might look more attractive if you had Jack 10 or Queen 10 over there, and you still had your, save your ace of diamonds as an entry, right? So,
And could you say something about breaking new suits? My partner says you're not supposed to break a new suit, and I've never understood that.
well, no, it's not that you don't want to break new suits. You've got to be careful about it. And you know, if you break the wrong suit or you continue breaking different suits every time you're on lead, you tend to only help declare. And so the situations where we don't want to break, situations that call for passive leads, we probably don't want to break too many new suits. Now, the fact of the matter is, it probably won't hurt you if you go ahead and cash your other diamond. But now you still have to figure out something else to lead, right? So I think I would probably go ahead and win my king, try and figure out what's the most intelligent thing to do. I would probably think, I'm likely not setting up my hearts. I think a club looks best. And I would switch to the 7. Again, as kind of a top of nothing. Generally in the middle of the hand when we're leading our spot cards. And again, this is not related to to carding or standard versus upside down or anything like that. But in the middle of a hand, when we play a big spot card, it usually tells it's attitude. If it tells partner we don't want this suit back, the small card says, yeah, I'd like you to lead this back. So if we're switching the clubs between the 7 and the 3, I would lead the 7 to suggest to partner, I don't have an honor in it. Don't lead it back. Whereas if you had a 7-3, I would lead the 3. Because you would like it back if you had an honor, right? All right. Any questions about that one? Got a couple more examples of going passive, actually in suits. Okay, let's see here. We'll give you the full auction here. This one's a little bit more involved. Okay. So yes, West is actually going to be opening. And is going to end up on lead, as it turns out. All right. So, West, in spite of the fact that you opened the bidding and partner responded, the opponents bid a game against you. We thought this was going to be our hand. Apparently, it's not. Okay. So, West, here you are on lead. So this is the hand that opened a club, right? And your left-hand opponent passed initially. Partner responded a heart. Your right-hand opponent bid a spade. It's just looking like a part score battle at this point. Your double, by the way, was a support double. Just so we know what that is. You showed partner 3 hearts. Said nothing about the strength of your hand, just that you had 3 hearts. Your left-hand opponent, that is going to be the dummy, raised 1 spade to 2. Partner was done, partner's out, pass, and lo and behold, South jumps the game. Okay. Well, I guess maybe partner responded a little late. Maybe South's just got a really wild distributional hand with good spades. Thinks they have a game. Okay. So what is the opening? Ace of diamonds? Okay, we're not asking you to do anything strange at trick one. We were blessed with a natural lead, so let's go ahead and lead our ace of diamonds. Give us a chance to look at the dummy and figure out what we're doing next. And the dummy shows up with what we'd expect for a 2-spade raise. There are 4 spades, 4-card support to the jack, small doubleton heart. Dummy actually has queen, jack, 10, 9 of diamonds. And the ace of clubs. Okay, we made a normal lead. And the ace of diamonds is going to hold at trick 1. And partner is going to discourage a diamond continuation. And you probably didn't need a signal from partner because you saw queen, jack, 10, 9 in the dummy, right? So why help declare set up the rest of those diamonds? Well, what next? Something safe, something passive. Now, partner does hold at least 4 hearts, right? That we know, because partner responded to heart. So we might be thinking, well, we should lay down the ace of hearts if partner has the king. But do we know partner has the king? If partner does not have the king of hearts, could this be costly? Yeah. So it's probably too dangerous to lead a heart. At least right now. All right, so let's go with something safe. Let's go with a club. 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs might have been a good, safe opening lead too, except it wouldn't have, you wouldn't have been on lead at trick 2, right? At least the ace of diamonds gives you a chance to look at the dummy and then figure out something to do. If you lead a club, yeah, you're going to give up the lead. And okay. So what happens on this hand? All right. When you switch to the 10 of clubs and declare flies up with the ace from the dummy, partner is going to give you some help. Partner is going to dump the king of clubs underneath the ace. What's going on here? This is actually just a standard signal. It's not a singleton club. I mean, do we really think partner has a singleton club? The opponents have a big spade fit. Where is partner short? Partner's short in spades, right? I mean, partner has only 1 or 2 spades. Because the opponents have a 9-card spade fit, at least. Maybe better than a 9-card spade fit, the way they bid. Partner's king shows king, queen, and probably jack. That is all it shows. That's what it shows. This is important. Because it's going to mean that if you gain the lead, you know how to continue.
I thought you played the lower of touching honors.
But you're not winning the trick. You're not playing third hand high. Dummy is winning the trick. If declare had played small, you would play the jack. That is correct. All right, but declare is winning the trick. So now we actually do the same thing we would do if we were on lead.
You're gonna get trumped.
What's that?
I wondered if you were gonna get trumped after.
Switch to a trump?
No.
Rough.
You're,
Clubs are gonna get
you're
rough.
setting up your clubs that you're gonna trump them.
You're not switching to a club because you think you're gonna get your club set up. Your clubs aren't very good. You're switching to a club because it's safe. It's the safest continuation, right? Does that make sense? Dummy has ace little little.
I'm passive.
Yeah, and we'll get a signal from partner and we'll get a little indication of where partner's points are. We don't expect partner to have a lot. Like I said, they have a minimum response. We expect partner to be in the range probably of 6 to 8 points on this auction, right? I mean, partner didn't take another call over 2 spades. They made their one bid and they were done. And partner can very easily have support for your clubs in a hand that wasn't good enough to win a bid at the 3 level, right? So that's something we've got to figure out.
So if the ace isn't in the dummy's hand, but it's in the other person's, in the declarer's hand, why am I putting the jack on there if I've got the king, queen, jack, and not the king?
Okay, no. So here's the difference. If you play the 10 of clubs,
Right,
and the ace is not in dummy, so the dummy is not going to win the club trick.
right.
Now, if partner had king, queen, jack, small, they could actually duck your 10, theoretically, right? If partner had king, queen, jack tight, they could overtake the 10 with the jack, and if declarer had the ace, that would help to start clearing up what partner's club holding is, right? Right. When they rise ace from the dummy, when you switch to your 10 and they fly up with their ace, declarer probably doesn't have anything in that suit, right? That's why they're winning the ace now.
But if my partner has the king, queen, jack, why am I playing the jack?
You're not.
You're not.
That's what we just said.
Not
You are
with-
you throw the king under the ace.
Not with the ace.
And partner will say, that's weird.
No.
Why is partner throwing the king? Is that a singleton king? That seems very unlikely. Why
No.
is partner throwing the king? Because they can afford to, because they have 3 equal cards.
But I mean,
They have king, queen, and jack.
but I mean, if the ace is not on the dummy's, on the board, but it's rather in the declarer's hand,
Then you play smallest of touching numbers
why?
to help partner figure out where missing high cards are.
So
Right.
he knows that I've got the king and queen.
If you overtake the 10 with the jack and it forces the ace, partner will get a good indication that you probably have king, queen.